This is Brenda and Stacy with Let's Wine with Brenda and Stacy. We're back for another episode, and today I kind of wanted to talk about assumptions that we thought when we were younger. I know that doesn't make sense when I'm saying it now. It doesn't sound right. But my daughter and I were talking, and she told me that she thought people's names were unique to them until she met another Brenda. And I guess it kind of freaked her out.
I think it freaked me out the first time I met another Stacy.
Yeah?
Like, that's my name. And what was even worse, the other Stacy was a boy.
Oh.
And I was like, but yeah. So that was the first experience where I learned, oh, I'm not the only Stacy in the world. I know.
But you couldn't handle that.
Well, luckily he was gorgeous. And so I just remember thinking, we have the same name. We have so much in common.
That's funny.
But I was just like 5 or 6, and he was probably, I don't know, 12 or 13.
Okay.
Yeah, I just thought, oh, he's so pretty. But I was taken aback.
How are you, Stacy?
How are you, Stacy? I'm Stacy.
I don't know. Curry said the first time that she met somebody with different names, it was Brittany, and they were spelled different. So if they had the same name, it had to be spelled different.
Okay.
I know. That's just, I guess, what she thought.
I get it. Because, being a little kid, you just assume the whole world revolves around you.
I know.
You're the only Stacy in the world. You're the only Brenda in the world.
Well, I'd put a little message out to people to see if anybody would write in on this one. Of course, my daughter Camille wrote in with a book.
Yay.
And I know, I don't want to just read it. So, but she was very smart and did well in school. And she said that she remembers thinking that all elementary school students were at the same intelligent level. And that if you went in and did your work, get your awards and your straight A's or whatever, and she thought the ones that didn't do well, it was because of their actions. And they chose to do that. Of course, as she went on and grew up to become a teacher, she knew that wasn't the case. And sometimes home life. Part of what she wrote, she said there was even a disconnect that she had with me telling her that not all kids had good homes and that some had birth defects and disabilities and that those kids were actually in the same classes as her. And she didn't realize that their home life could be different.
Oh, yeah.
You know, when you're a kid, you don't know any different. She said, I guess I thought they existed other places, like on the news or in other parts of the world, kind of thing. You just didn't realize that that could be in your own backyard.
Yeah, I think when you're young, I think you do kind of assume your neighbor's life is like your life.
Right.
You know, you just think that whatever your family does, you know, all the little quirks and things families do, you know, that are different than other families.
Oh, yeah.
I remember being insanely jealous of my friends who had siblings because we'd be playing. It'd be time to go in for the night and take a shower and eat and get ready for school the next day, all the things you had to do after playtime outside. And yes, outside for the kids, we played outside. But anyway, I thought, oh, they still get to go play. They're still playing. I was jealous.
Having a good old time.
Yeah, I just thought, oh, they still get to play together and I don't have anybody to play with now. I don't think in talking to people with siblings, their life wasn't great after they went home either.
Oh, I'm sure.
They had to do all the things. They had, they had to eat, they had to take a bath, they had to go to bed.
Maybe share a bathroom.
Yeah, I know. And it's funny how siblings complain about their siblings and people who are raised an only child complain about being raised an only child. I don't know. I just imagine their life was magical and mine wasn't.
Well, that's part of being a kid. You don't realize, like, I don't know. I've had people that I've known who were raised by hoarders and they thought everybody lived that way.
I guess if when you're really little, like if you're neglected or abused, you don't talk about it. You think everybody else is going through the same thing. Yeah, assumptions are a lot. I mean.
And as kids, we make them. We just make our own and go with it. We probably don't even ask questions.
No.
And if we do, they're not the right ones. I don't know. We don't know. Well, her husband wrote me.
Okay.
And it's funny because Camille actually wrote a little book here practically, whereas Josh said when he was little, he thought that girls peed and pooped out of the same hole and it was their butts. But I could see that misconception.
Yeah. I won't say which one, but I used to take a shower when my kids were babies. They were old enough to stand up. I would put them in the shower with me until one of them asked where I pee from.
Oh.
And then it's like, well, we're not allowed to take a shower anymore because now you're looking at things. But they realized I didn't have the thing they had. So I get where Josh is. I mean, they were babies. And one of them could talk in sentences and one of them couldn't. But anyway, they want to know where I pee-peed from. I was like, that's it. We're done taking showers together because they're paying attention now. It was just an innocent question that they just assume we all have the same body parts and we all have.
I kind of thought that. When I was little, I thought babies were all born the the same and that boys grew their,
Wee.
yeah, a little later in life.
Oh.
Yeah, I did. I just thought they were all the same. I knew boys and girls were different somehow, but I didn't realize that their dicks, I mean, I thought they were dickless when they were born.
That everybody was just
Yeah.
the universe, that we were universal.
Yeah.
And then
And then I was at Vacation Bible School.
Ah.
I know, that's a riot in itself.
here we go.
I walked into a unisex bathroom, you know, because the Sunday school room just had the bathroom with like a sink and a toilet in it. And I happened to walk in on this little boy standing there. And the way it was facing, I could see it. I had the shock of my life.
You were like, oh my God, you already got your wing ding.
Yeah. I said, look at that ding-a-ling. No, I didn't. Because I was probably only 5 or 6. But it shocked the hell out of me. It literally shocked the hell out of me. And I think I screamed. So I'm sure I think his name was Matthew. And I'm sure that poor little boy is in therapy talking about the big blonde girl with the 2 braids coming in there, screaming at him. I'm sure I come up every now and then.
Oh, bless it. Bless him
I
and
know.
you. But I mean, it just goes to, like, to me, 5 or 6 years old is not the age where you really want to talk about that boys and girls are different.
Right. And I was an only child.
And you were only child. If you'd
At
had a
home.
brother, you'd have just
Probably known.
known.
Yeah.
But since you're an only child, your mom didn't sit around at 4 or 5 years old going, boys have little pee-pees.
Nope.
So you discover that by yourself and you're like,
Yeah.
this is tragic.
Yeah, it was tragic. Oh my God.
I bet. And
What?
now you've wanted one ever since.
I think this is a fun one though. It was a gentleman's wife who wrote me back, and she said that the lack of quicksand that she would encounter in life. You know, when you're little, you're watching all the cartoons and shows, and everybody's stuck in quicksand. How am I going to get out of there? I got to watch out for it.
Even Lassie got stuck in quicksand.
Oh,
I
that's
think
horrible.
it was Lassie or one of the kids, somebody. But I remember it being, why were we not all terrified of quicksand?
She said, is it real? She has yet to see it in person.
You know, I've never seen quicksand in person either.
I haven't either, but it exists.
If I did, I would just walk past it.
You hope.
But there's supposedly ways you can get out. If you can
I don't think you're
Google,
supposed to struggle.
you just wait there and slither out.
guess so.
We're not. The chances of that happening, it hasn't happened in the
know.
first
If I've made it this
50-something
far
years.
along.
We should stop worrying. But that is realistic.
Mhm.
You see other people all the time on TV falling into quicksand.
I know.
and-
So when you're a kid, you're like, oh, I better learn how to get out of there. I don't want to get sucked up under there.
Oh my God. Even Scooby Doo, I think. They were quicksand all the time.
I thought, that was one. I thought I could go solve mysteries.
And go stuff. Yeah. You just need a good dog.
Yeah.
A good
In a
couple of
van.
friends.
Yeah. All right. The same person also told me that she thought her sister was switched at birth
Okay.
because her dad would walk around and make jokes about that they had gotten switched. And it was also had to do with the hair color. Let's see. She said, he told a story of how my mom was in a room with an Asian mother who had given birth the same day. My sister was born with jet black hair and porcelain skin. My mom was blonde and dad was a ginger. So she believed until she was 10 years old, the other mom was raising the red-haired sister.
Wow. I mean, kudos to that dad, kinda, and why?
I have another friend that also said that he thought his siblings were robots. He was younger and they would come home from work and school grumpy. So he thought they were like, I guess, invaded by evil robots. I know when you're a kid and somebody acts completely different or out of character, you might think something's up.
Yeah, something's up, but not, your brain can't fathom it's, they had a bad day, or,
Right.
you know, they got yelled at school or gotten a bad grade. You just think, wow, they're different.
I know. And this would have been back in the days of the show like The Electric Grandmother and stuff. And he's a bit into horror and sci-fi too. So I'm sure he watched a lot of robot stuff and he probably thought, damn.
Gosh. Yeah, I could see why he would
Yeah.
think, you know,
I know.
I'm a robot.
I know. This was more, I guess, it could have been an assumption if the parents didn't say anything, but we had a lot of people write in about the Tooth Fairy, the Easter Bunny, and Santa Claus. And of course, we've touched on that one before, but I think most kids, they believe that. Even if their parents didn't tell them, I'm sure they heard about it at school.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's one of those magical things that, I don't know, the Tooth Fairy came and saw me. Santa came and saw me.
Right.
The Easter Bunny came.
Did you ever try and debunk it?
No.
Again, I had a hard time believing it, but I wanted to. I wanted to believe in that magic. And I remember hiding my tooth one time. Mom said, put it under your pillow. The Tooth Fairy come. I hid it in a dresser drawer. And of course, the tooth was still there. There was money under my pillow, but the tooth was still there. So I knew something was up. They
You
were
were
trying
one
to
of them
scam me.
investigators.
Yes.
Oh my
always.
gosh. Just think if you had a van and a Scooby-Doo dog.
Yeah.
You'd have been
I have my own mystery machine.
Oh, mystery. Yeah.
I
you'd be
know it.
Mystery solver. I think I believed in those things longer so I could get the extra. I felt like, I don't necessarily, I know it's them fucking around, but I think
Well, how old were you?
as long as I keep believing, I don't know.
I think I was older when my mom told me. I think I was 8 when she told me. But I'm thinking, I knew it was a scam all along. But I remember being kind of upset because I wanted it to be real, but
Right.
I knew it wasn't,
Yeah.
which is hard to believe.
I know. I still believe in Santa.
I do too. There is a magic around that
It's
time.
magic.
Now, did you believe that people in power were nice? This was a coworker I know that said something about the government, like people in the government, or remember, officer friendly. As a child, you're led to believe that all these people are the people you go to, which these days isn't the thing. I mean, sadly, you have to watch out for preachers, teachers, and, there's dirty cops out there. Not all of them. There's some good ones out there.
I know.
That came up as believing that anybody of authority is a good person and has your best interest at heart.
It's a scary world out there.
It is.
It's so scary. And I don't know why. And that leads me back to, was it just as scary when we were young and it just wasn't as publicized?
Right. I was talking about that with a girl at work too, about the media is so in your face now. When I grew up, I had like 3 stations on the television, and news was at 5 o'clock. But then, CNN and all these stations came around 24 hours a day.
Everybody has got a, camera. And I think that's going to be my question till the end of days. Is it just because we know it more because of the accessibility to news and cameras, or is it really just we're crazier?
That and we're older. I think as a child, we were more worried about Santa Claus and that boy having a ding-a-ling than what was going on in the news.
True. I still don't know.
All right. Well, I thought this was a cute one. She said, I guess I used to think my teachers didn't have lives outside of school until she saw one of them at the mall wearing jeans and smoking a cigarette.
Oh, yeah. Teachers in the wild. That is one of those things, like, you never think your teacher has a life outside of school. You don't think of them as having a family or a home or drinks on the weekend, to go hang out with friends. You just think your teacher's your teacher. And then,
Did you think they slept at school?
I don't know. I guess I didn't think they slept. I just thought they were teachers.
They're
I don't
robots.
know. They're just teachers.
They're robots.
And it's funny. I was very, very much an adult until I realized, Jesus, they're just people. I think even, Camille going to school to, and getting her teaching degree, Camille's just a person.
I know.
I don't know. I think maybe, did we put teachers on a pedestal? Like, this is what you do.
Again,
And
we were supposed to look up to them.
we did. I did.
I did too.
I was very respectful of a teacher. I was scared to death getting in trouble at school. Not even because of my home life. I didn't want to be a bad kid. Or
See, that goes kind of what Camille was saying. Did you get straight A's in school?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah.
Most of the time. I mean, I had my hits
C's,
here and there, but nothing.
Believe it or not, my C's were in conduct.
Oh, yeah. Back then we got grades for saying bad words or
talking too much in class or chewing gum. It wasn't like I was pissing the floor. It was like, fuck you. I wasn't hollering out at my teacher. I thought school was, I want to be social. I want to come and do my work. And that's what I always thought. If I come, I do my work, I do my homework, turn everything in on time, I'm going to get good grades.
Right.
And that's it. But the talking and the chewing gum,
I bet you did. I bet you were a badass.
I was bad about that. But I never caused like a ruckus. It just didn't interest me. I don't know. I just wanted to be good. I wanted to do well.
I guess I wanted to be good up until about high school, and I don't know what it was. I mean, I still got good grades. I think it was more of a battle with my parents. I matured fast, and I thought I knew it all. I knew nothing.
Yeah.
Really, when I think about it now.
Of course.
I just wanted to
every
do
teenager, yeah.
Yeah.
You get to that level and you think, I know everything. My parents are stupid.
Oh, yeah.
And I know everything in my life is going to go exactly like this, and this, and they know nothing. And now that I'm a parent, and now that my life didn't turn out exactly as I thought it would, back in the day, I'm perfectly happy that life is lifing the way it is.
Right. We were just saying yesterday about how we made it over halfway.
Yeah.
We're still kicking.
Still kicking. We're doing well. We're doing our thing. We're happy, I think, for the most part. I can't complain now. Do you have any assumptions now about people? Like, do you assume blah, blah, blah?
That's a good question.
I know. Do we have any assumptions like now in our lives? Like, I don't know. At 10 o'clock at night, do you ever wonder
What the neighbors are doing?
Yeah. I mean, what's going on over there?
I don't know. I was wondering what was going on over there yesterday when he was coming across here to get stuff out of the yard.
I know. It's like, do you ever wonder? But at the same time, we don't care what he was doing.
I do remember wondering, like, where people were going, especially like at the airport when I'm waiting on my plane and you see other ones take off. And it's like, I wonder where they're going. I wonder if they're going to have a good time or if it's work. I remember thinking that.
I do think that, traveling sometimes, like, you look over at a car next to you, wonder what their life's like, wonder where they're going.
Oh, yeah.
Wonder what they're doing.
Not that I want to keep up with the Joneses by any means. I don't have that.
No. It's
just
more
nosy.
Nosy.
Yeah, just nosy.
What are you doing? And then some people, it's fun to kind of, you assume so much that you kind of make up their life in your head.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I've done that.
Scott and I used to make people talk. Do you ever do that? When you see people just talking a mile a minute and we'd make up stuff that they were saying?
Yeah. That's what I mean by just kind of watching people and assuming or wondering what they do when they get home. How's their life?
I know, right?
I don't know. I wonder if people ever think that about us or me.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure people look at me all the time and think, what the fuck is wrong with her? That woman is crazy.
You're not crazy. You're fun crazy, though. It's fun crazy.
Is it?
It's fun crazy. If it wasn't fun crazy, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't be able to deal with it.
Wouldn't be able to deal with me for 30 years?
No.
You know I was pregnant with Curry, right?
I almost choked on my wine.
I don't know why I made Lily, my granddaughter, it was a few years ago, but I mean, I want to say she was 10, older. And I do have Christina, who was biologically Scott's daughter, but she's mine now. And I don't know what Lily had heard to make her assume. I mean, I guess she knew Christina had a different mom.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess she had met Curry's dad and maybe thought, because we're not married, there's another mom out there for Curry. I don't know. I don't know what she thought when I said something about being pregnant with Curry. She almost got whiplash snapping her head around. You were pregnant with Curry? Like, you were pregnant with Aunt Curry? I'm like, well, duh. I think she got here.
And this is Lily.
This is Lily.
Camille's baby.
Yes. She just saw some other kids hanging around, calling herself Aunt. I know.
That's
I thought that was a funny one. Because that was a straight up assumption.
Yeah,
somehow,
that's
some
a
way.
straight up assumption that, I don't know, who brought Curry into the world? Somebody, not you.
I don't know. I don't know who she thought Curry's mom was.
I think it's funny, like his mom, even though we know who the dads are, we don't give a shit.
I forget about them.
I don't. Did they exist? Don't even care. I just,
know.
they're mine. Yeah. Also, now that we're at this age and sex is still very much a part of life, we're sexual people and humans and all this stuff. I think I assumed that my nanny and papa only had sex the 5 times. After I learned that's how you make babies, I guess I just assumed people only had sex to make a baby.
And you're supposed to have it every day.
I didn't know.
When you're with somebody, you bang one out every day.
Yeah. So that was my one of those assumptions that my grandparents were young when I was born. I don't even know if they were 40 yet. I just assumed they never had sex. They had kids and me, and that was it. I
get that. I guess kids say that. It's funny you mentioned something like that, though, because I remember my mom using the word menstruating, talking about my period coming, and for some reason, I associated that with sex. And I'm thinking, I know this woman isn't telling me at this age, this is what I'm going to be doing. But she cleared that up real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I remember thinking the word menstruating had something to do with sex. That was another one.
Yeah.
There's probably a ton of them in my head somewhere.
I want to know. Is it because we're girls that we think about, do boys think, wonder if my parents are banging?
I don't know. Why don't you call Tyler and Scotty and ask them?
No.
See what they say.
No, I'd rather not. But the answer is yes. In their 50s, your parents are still banging like crazy.
Because I figure the kids are grown. Yeah.
The kids are grown. You don't have to be quiet.
If you're lucky, they're out of the house.
You don't have to be quiet anymore. You don't have to sneak around.
There's no room
sneak
off
around
limits.
you. You're the only person we sneak around from, but we do well.
Hell, if I walked in, I'd probably just turn and go the other direction.
Oh my word, yeah.
I know.
Let's don't let that happen. But yeah, I mean, I just assumed sex was to have babies, and that was it. Because when you're being taught about sex, I think that's one of this is how babies are made.
Right.
It's not sex is for pleasure.
Mm-hmm.
It's like this is how babies are made.
I get. There's
Don't
probably
do
a
that.
lot of people that thought that.
Yeah, don't do that. So you just thought, you only have sex if you don't have a baby. Thank God that was debunked. It's pretty pleasurable. But anywho, I think that's all that I have for now. I feel like I have more stuff on my brain that we could elaborate on. Maybe take notes and just get some more information. Maybe
I know
after
we
people
want more.
hear this.
Now that people are actually writing in, and I did check the email today, and that's where a couple of these came from. But I really want more. I need more of this because I know there's like you thought of that sex one. There's got to be tons of them. I probably still have tons of them.
There's tons. I didn't think of the sex one until just now, but
see.
Anyway, it's a thing. Once you start talking about it, it's like, oh yeah, this and that and that and this. So if anything that we have said in any episode we've ever done has triggered a memory or something that you think, you could share with us, we could elaborate on, or we could go, yeah, us too, or, oh no, never did that, but we'd love to hear yours.
I know.
So we want to make this as inclusive as possible. We want to hear your assumptions. We want to hear your stories.
I know. This is just going to be a part 1.
Yeah.
So write in to bsstudios@myyahoo.com BravoRadio.com. Give us your assumptions. I know they say it makes an ass out of you and me. I want to be an ass.
Yeah.
I want to know exactly what's going on. I want to hear about your assholishness when you were young and what you thought.
What'd you think about pee-pees when you were little?
I know.
Where'd it come from?
Did you have one or did you grow it later?
Is that a wrap?
That's a wrap.
On Let's Wine with Brenda and Stacy.
Bye.